Life lessons from a married lady. So I met this amazing lady on public transportation, and we had such an amazing conversation. You know those conversations you have with someone and just know it was meant to be? Well, I learned a few things from her, and I want to share with them, and I want to share them with you all. So the first one she told me is that for every problem that you have in life, make sure your solution does not involve getting that solution from people. The best person you can tell your problems, the best way to solve your problems is to run to God. It looks obvious, but it's not. And she told me, she made it so clear to me that in order to avoid being talked about, being gossiped about, being gaslighted, being taken advantage of, make sure that when you want to keep your secrets, you want to talk about your trouble, you talk to God. Have a journal and write down everything that concerns you. Let's say you feel depressed. Let's say you feel lonely. Write about it. Write about how you feel. Go to God and talk to Him about it. And after you come back, you're going to feel relieved. It takes practice, but when you think about the damage that we make when we talk about our problems and our goals to people, the only person that can prevent all those problems is talking to God, having a journal and journaling down your thoughts and your goals and everything that concerns you. She literally told me she has a journal where she just goes and vents and writes things bothering her, and after she goes back to look in the journal, she's like, oh, what did I write? I was mad. Okay, I wanted to fight my husband. I had all this anger. And she reads it and tears out the papers. By the end of the year, it's like cover to cover, because after reading everything that stressed you out, it doesn't make sense, honestly. And I think I love that, because I'm big on keeping things that don't concern the world to yourself. And then the other thing that she told me is that before trusting people, test them. Test your friendships. Test the people that you want to trust. For example, if you're a single person and you meet someone new, test them, especially test them to see how they react when they're angry at you. How do they react when you do something that makes them mad? Are they going to be someone that's going to slap you? Are they going to poke your forehead? What are they going to do? Are they going to do something that is a big red flag? You need to find out those things. So you have to test people, because honestly, most people, we meet someone and they are at their best behavior and we think that's it. That's not who they are. The best way to find out who someone is when they're angry, is when they're stressed out. In those situations of fight and flight, that's when you will know someone. I always pay attention when people are talking during arguments, when they are mad at me. I take note of what they're saying, because it's coming from their heart. Okay, just have to find a way of testing someone when they're angry. Okay. And then the other thing she told me is that the best book that has ever been written is the Bible, and I can testify to that. If you're searching for anything that concerns life, you will find the answers in the Bible, honestly. It may be just one sentence, or it may be just one scripture, but it's going to explain everything. Okay? So, yeah, personally, I feel like every time I feel drained and I'm tired, I was actually telling this to her. Every time I feel drained and I'm tired, I know from experience, those are the times when I haven't been reading my Bible. I haven't been feeding my soul and spirit. That's when I feel tired and drained. And when I go back to my schedule of reading my Bible, I instantly feel refilled and energized and motivated. Honestly, the Bible is such an amazing book. And then the other thing she told me, the other lesson that she told me that this should probably be the first one. She told me that marriage is beautiful in the first 1 to 5 years. For some people, it's the first 2 years, the first 3 years, and then from there, the next up to 10 years, it's a test. If you don't pass that, you will never stay married. And after 10 years, if you pass that test after 10 years, those will be the sweetest years in your marriage. And she told me that in order to make your marriage work, you have to get advice from married people. I'm lucky she was telling me this, and she's married, and I was asking her, how do you keep your marriage? How have you been married? She told me that because I get advice from married people and from different people. I associate with people who have been 3 years married, who have been, for example, if you're a newly married person, try to learn from people that have been married 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, and 10 years, 15 years. And each of those couples, you're going to learn something different from them that will inspire and motivate you to go through that stage of your marriage. Because marriage comes in stages. Every stage is different. And during that time where after the honeymoon phase of the first happiest years, before you pass the 10-year mark, she told me that especially husbands, that they change. It's like they become someone else. Originally they were someone else, but they get into a different character where they could pick up a habit, especially after having kids. I kind of feel like maybe their attention goes to something else, but they usually pick up a habit, and you have to understand that it's just a phase. They're also maybe growing up, but if you pass that stage, you have to find ways of passing it. And as you talk to different couples, different wives, you will know how to deal with it. Okay? So those are the life lessons that I learned from the beautiful married lady that I met on public transportation. In summary, she told me keeping secrets, the best way to keep your secrets is by making sure you have a journal, and also to solve your problems, you should make sure that your solution doesn't involve you relying on a person, but you rely on God. And then you have to test people before you trust them. The Bible is the best book for it. It has the best book ever. It has it talks about everything. For everything you are looking for in life, the answer is in the Bible, whether it's one scripture. And then about marriage, that marriage comes in stages. For the first 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and you have to learn from people who have been there, and the lessons they teach you will help you to walk that journey. Okay, so those are the life lessons from a married lady. If you enjoyed this video, I'm gonna link a playlist with other inspiring and motivating videos. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Be blessed.